world where Americans say they need $233,000 to feel comfortable, but most earn just a third of that, debt isn't your enemy. It's a symptom. While headlines scream about credit card bills and student loans, they're missing the real story. The gap between what we need and what we earn has exploded, creating a system where debt isn't a choice. It's become the only way to survive. But here's what nobody's talking about. In 2025, as inflation continues to bite and housing costs soar, the $233,000 comfort number feels more like a cruel joke. While financial gurus shame you for that morning coffee or streaming subscription, the true forces draining your wallet operate on a much bigger scale. Today, we're ripping off the Band-Aid to expose the real reasons you're struggling financially. And trust me, it's not because of your spending habits. Now, before you click away thinking this is just another debt is bad lecture, let me stop you right there. Because here's the thing, debt itself isn't the villain. It's more like smoke. See, when you see smoke, you know there's a fire somewhere, right? Debt is the same way. It's a symptom of deeper financial issues. We're not just going to talk about getting out of debt. We're going to uncover the root causes, the fires that are fueling that debt. A lot of people think debt is inherently bad, but the truth is, it can be a tool. Used strategically, debt can help you buy a house, start a business, or invest. But when used recklessly, it can trap you in a cycle of endless payments and financial stress. So, in this video, we're going to break down the 4 most common fires that lead to debt. Lifestyle creep, lack of financial literacy, emergencies with no safety net, and of course, no budget. Stay tuned, because I'm going to give you actionable steps to extinguish these fires and take control of your finances. Let's talk about lifestyle creep. This is the #1 culprit I see holding people back financially, and it's sneakier than you might think. Imagine this. You get a raise, you feel good. You deserve to treat yourself, right? So you start eating out more, maybe upgrade your phone, or even your car. Sounds familiar? That's lifestyle creep in action. Your income goes up, and your expenses follow right along with it. It's like you're on a treadmill, running faster and faster, but never actually getting ahead. And the worst part is, it happens so gradually, you might not even realize it's happening until you're already in over your head. The problem is, lifestyle creep directly impacts your ability to save and invest. That extra money you're spending on lattes and takeout could be going towards your future. It could be growing in the stock market, building your emergency fund, or even helping you retire early. But don't worry, I'm not saying you have to live like a monk to avoid lifestyle creep. It's all about finding a balance between enjoying your money today and investing in your future. The first step to beating lifestyle creep is awareness. Track your spending for a month, and I guarantee you'll be surprised where your money is actually going. Once you have a clear picture, you can start making adjustments. And remember, small changes can make a big difference over time. Instead of eating out 3 times a week, try cutting back to once. Brew your coffee at home instead of hitting up Starbucks every morning. These small tweaks can free up hundreds, even thousands of dollars each year. Another powerful strategy is to set financial goals. Whether it's buying a house, retiring early, or just having peace of mind, having a clear goal in mind can help you stay motivated and resist the temptation to overspend. And finally, don't be afraid to reward yourself. Depriving yourself completely will only lead to burnout. Set aside a small amount each month for fun money that you can spend guilt-free. The key is to be mindful and intentional with your spending, so you can enjoy your money today without sacrificing your future. Let's talk about another major culprit behind debt: lack of financial literacy. It's a scary thought, but most of us graduate high school without a basic understanding of how money works. We're thrown into the real world expected to navigate things like credit cards, loans, and investments, often with zero guidance. And let's be real, the education system has failed us in this department. We're taught algebra and history, but nobody teaches us about compound interest or how to build a budget. It's no wonder so many people end up in debt. They simply don't have the knowledge or the tools to make informed financial decisions. This lack of financial literacy can have serious consequences. It can lead to poor credit scores, mounting debt, and missed investment opportunities. It can even strain relationships and impact your mental health. But the good news is, it's never too late to educate yourself. There are tons of resources available online, from blogs and podcasts to YouTube channels like mine, dedicated to helping you improve your financial literacy. Take advantage of them. The more you learn about money, the better equipped you'll be to manage it effectively and avoid common financial pitfalls. One of the most important things you can learn about is credit. Understand how credit cards work, how interest is calculated, and how your credit score is impacted by your financial decisions. A good credit score can save you thousands of dollars in interest over your lifetime. So this is crucial. Next, learn about investing. You don't need to be a Wall Street whiz to start investing. There are plenty of beginner-friendly resources that can teach you the basics of investing in the stock market, real estate, or other assets. Remember, the earlier you start investing, the more time your money has to grow. Don't be afraid to seek professional help. If you're feeling overwhelmed or just want personalized guidance, consider talking to a financial advisor. They can help you create a financial plan, manage your debt, and make informed investment decisions. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your finances. By taking the time to educate yourself, you'll be empowered to make smart decisions, avoid costly mistakes, and build a solid financial future. Now that you understand the basics of credit and investing, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I actually start? Well, stick around, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to put this knowledge into action, including 3 powerful strategies I wish someone had taught me when I started my financial journey. Trust me, what's coming up might completely change how you think about building wealth. Keep watching to discover the most overlooked aspect of financial freedom that nobody talks about. All right. Let's talk about emergencies. We all know life can be unpredictable, right? It's like that unexpected phone call, that sudden car repair, or even a medical bill that seems to come out of nowhere. These things happen, and they often come with a hefty price tag attached. The problem is, without a financial safety net, these unexpected events can completely derail your finances and push you into debt. Imagine this: your car breaks down. It's your only way to get to work, so you need it fixed ASAP. Mechanic says it's going to be a $2,000 repair. Do you have $2,000 just sitting around? Now, for many people, that $2,000 is a huge expense. They might not have that kind of cash readily available. And that's when credit cards start to look really tempting. But here's the thing. Putting that expense on a credit card with high interest rates is only going to make the situation worse in the long run. That's why having an emergency fund is crucial. It's not about being negative or expecting the worst. It's about being prepared and having that peace of mind, knowing you can handle whatever life throws your way. So, how do you actually build this financial fortress, this emergency fund? Well, it's simpler than you think. The key is to start small. Don't get overwhelmed thinking you need tens of thousands of dollars saved up right away. Even setting aside $50 or $100 a month can make a huge difference over time. Think of it like this. Instead of buying that daily latte, redirect that money towards your emergency fund. Cut back on unnecessary subscriptions. Find little ways to trim your spending and put that money towards your safety net. The general rule of thumb is to have 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved up in your emergency fund. Now, I know that might seem like a lot, especially when you're first starting out. But remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Even if you start with just 1 month's worth of expenses, that's still a significant step in the right direction. As you continue to save and build that emergency fund, you'll gain a sense of control and security that's priceless. Trust me, your future self will thank you for it. All right, let's talk about budgeting. I know, it sounds about as exciting as watching paint dry, right? But trust me on this one. A budget is your roadmap to financial freedom. It's not about restricting yourself. It's about understanding where your money is going, so you can make informed decisions. Think of it like this. If you're driving without a destination in mind, you'll end up just burning gas and getting nowhere. Same thing with your money. Without a budget, you're just throwing money at things without a clear purpose. And that's a recipe for overspending, debt, and a whole lot of financial stress. Nobody wants that. So, let's get you on the right track. A budget gives you control, plain and simple. It lets you prioritize what's important to you, whether it's saving for a down payment on a house, investing in your future, or finally taking that dream vacation. Now, I'm not talking about some complicated spreadsheet with a million categories. Keep it simple, especially when you're starting out. There are tons of budgeting apps out there that make it super easy to track your spending. Start by tracking every dollar for a month. You might be surprised where your money is actually going. Are you spending $200 a month on takeout coffee? That's $2,400 a year you could be putting towards something else. Once you have a clear picture of your spending habits, you can start setting realistic goals. Maybe you want to cut back on eating out and put that money towards your student loans. Or maybe you can reduce your grocery bill by meal prepping. Remember, small changes add up over time. Don't get discouraged if you go a little over budget 1 month. What matters is that you're aware of your spending and making conscious choices. Let's talk about something nobody likes to think about. Emergencies. Life throws curveballs. Your car could break down, you could lose your job, or your roof could start leaking. These things happen, and they almost always cost money. Without an emergency fund, these unexpected events can completely derail your finances. You might have to put it on a credit card, racking up interest charges and digging yourself into a deeper hole. That's why having an emergency fund is crucial. It's your financial safety net, your peace of mind. It's the difference between stressing out about an unexpected expense and handling it like a boss. An emergency fund gives you the financial freedom to navigate those tough situations without derailing your long-term goals. It's like having insurance for your financial well-being. Experts recommend having 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved in your emergency fund. Now, I know that might sound like a lot, especially when you're just starting out. But remember, you don't have to do it all at once. Start small. Even if you can only save $50 a week, that's $200 a month and $2,600 a year. It all adds up. Treat your emergency fund like a non-negotiable expense, just like your rent or your phone bill. Automate your savings. Set up a recurring transfer from your checking account to your savings account each month. You won't even miss the money, and your emergency fund will grow automatically. Remember, building an emergency fund takes time and discipline, but it's one of the most important things you can do for your financial health. There you have it. We've covered a lot of ground, from lifestyle creep and financial literacy to the power of budgeting and emergency funds. Remember, debt isn't some evil villain, but rather a symptom of deeper financial habits. Start by identifying the root causes we discussed. Are you falling prey to lifestyle inflation, or do you need to brush up on your financial literacy? Once you pinpoint the cause, you can start addressing it head-on. Don't feel pressured to overhaul your entire life overnight. Even small, consistent changes can make a world of difference. Remember that time I went on a credit card diet? I cut up all my cards, except for one, and used it only for gas and groceries. It wasn't glamorous, but it helped me break free from the cycle. Breaking free from debt and achieving financial freedom is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time, effort, and discipline. If you're still watching, you're already ahead of 90% of people who just scroll past real financial advice. Since you're serious about taking control of your money, don't miss out on our upcoming videos. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications. It's free, and it might be the best financial decision you make today. Join thousands of others who are already learning how to build real wealth. And hey, if this video is helping you understand money better, smash that like button. Your financial freedom journey starts here.